It seems some drama happened regarding Final Fantasy VII while I was asleep. You might remember that I discussed some comments from Yoshinori Kitase regarding the highly anticipated remake yesterday. And well, last night there was a press release that sent concerns rolling and tongues waggling. And there has since been an update on that from Yoshinori Kitase and Tetsuya Nomura. But let's discuss the initial comments. This came via a press release. And it reads, quote, Final Fantasy VII Remake will be told across a multi-part series with each entry providing its own unique experience. Now, as you can see, that heavily implies that the release of the game will be an episodic release rather than a whole release as you'd probably expect. Naturally, fans were a smidge concerned about this, and now you have some comments from Yoshinori Kitase and Nomura, who spoke to Dengeki Online. Now, Yoshinori said, quote, from the beginning we thought a Final Fantasy VII Remake would be bigger than a single release, and then Nomura added, if you did get it into a single release, there would be things we'd have to put into a shortened compilation. Since we thought there would be stuff we would probably have to pare down and supplemental things we probably couldn't add, we decided to divide it up, concluding that we have to do a remake that's fully packed with content. And then Kitase added that the recent trailer, which showed Sector 1 and Sector 8, these are fairly dense areas, and then he said, quote, if we took everything that's in the original game and remade it at that quality, we couldn't get it all on a single release. Now, I can see why people are a bit concerned by this, but there's a few things that we need to know before this is good or bad. The main thing is how much is each, quote, episode going to cost. Now, my prediction is that they will do it based on the original PS1 discs, how they originally broke up the game, disc 1, 2, and then 3, and there'll probably be the 3 episodes. Now, how much they charge for each quote-unquote episode entirely defines whether or not people are going to be okay with this. Obviously, your traditional episodic model for like Telltale or whatever, you can just buy the whole thing and then get each episode, or it comes out, or buy each episode as you go along, if you perhaps want to spread out the cost a little. If they do that, then it would be okay. Let's say that the full game, full price, and you get each episode as it releases, is going to be, normal price that you pay for a game, so about £45 to £48, depending on where you buy it, or $60, regional equivalent. That would be okay. And then obviously you'd have a full retail release of about the same price when it comes out, the whole thing. Some people are going to want the disc on their shelves as well. They're not going to want just a digital version. They're probably going to do a retail release of all the episodes if they're going to follow the usual model of episodic games. This is pure speculation from me. I don't have any inside information. So let's say that this is the case. That's not too bad. I would be okay with that. But if they start charging an extortionate amount per episode, then that's going to be a problem. To be honest, that's going to really set people's backs up, and people are already not liking this, to be honest. There is quite a bit of backlash surrounding this already, but I'm saying wait until we know the price before we fully react. Because if the price is reasonable, if it's, say, you pay $60 and you get the whole thing, each episode as it comes out, that's not too bad. But if they're charging, like, say, I don't know, 30 quid per episode and there's 3 episodes, well, that's a bit of a rip-off. But if they're charging you per episode and the same amount total is what you'd pay for a full game anyway, then the only issue remaining is the fact that they're splitting up the game. Would you rather wait? Some people would argue, yes, you would rather wait and get the full experience. Some people would say, well, at least I get to play the first part first. I have no problem with episodic games. I just think this is not what people wanted for this particular game. It's so highly anticipated. They just wanted to get the whole thing, sit down and marathon it over like a week or whatever. So I think the opinion on whether or not an episodic, it breaking up into parts, releasing over X amount of months is a good idea, is going to vary on who you speak to. Personally, I don't hate it. I would rather have a full release, but if it means I don't have to cut corners and we get a fuller experience, then I guess it's a trade-off. But I'm waiting to see the price. That is really going to define whether or not this is actually okay, in my opinion, or not. Do let me know your thoughts and opinions though, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.